Bellissimo. This is a live breakdown. Hopefully people will join in the chat. This is me. It's interactive, so let's get it. As it says there, it's a live breakdown of San Jose State USC tape for. We've already got Plank in here. Thank you for joining me, Plank. We're looking at San Jose, and we're also going to be looking at Utah. So we've got a good game and we've got a bad game for Caleb Williams. This is without any preconceptions. This is just literally looking at the tape. We're going to get straight into it. So with that, I'm going to show it on screen, get it up and running. We're just literally, I've not pre-watched these games. I've not looked at them. What I'm going to be doing is pointing out what Caleb is doing, what the offense is doing, and we'll look at it from that point of view. Okay, so this is a full game tape, as you can see. So I'm going to be putting some. I'm going to be adding markers in when the play finishes. I'll let the play run through. So okay, so you can see they're in sort of what looks like quarters kind of look. So it looks like, off man, outwards. So out to in alignment. So you see the alignment. It's out to in, out to in. So it looks like they're showing sort of pre-snap cover 4. But what Utah does. Sorry, this is San Jose State. So it might be San Jose. It might be that it's just a straight cover 4, but you see a lot of this, particularly with most Pac-12 teams against USC, is the guys are off because of the RPO looks, and we can kind of already see we're getting an RPO look with this. Is he going to give? The end crashes, so he should really be pulling, which it looks like he is. Yeah, he is pulling. So now he has the option to run. You can see we've got pursuit, and we've got a guy trying to get contained. Looks like this receiver isn't getting the route. So what decision is he going to make, and how quickly? So make this defender, conflict defender, that's the conflict defender. Really, the running back shouldn't be looking backwards anymore. He should be looking upfield or, turning his shoulder the other way. Give his QB, he's kind of hanging his QB out to dry there a little bit. But Williams does decide to throw when the defender commits, which is a little bit early for me. Leaves the running back one-on-one with the cornerback. Nice cut. Get smashed by the second player. But a first down play, that's pretty good. Pretty good going. So we've got... Plank saying bear down, just show some of the people who are joining me live. David, welcome. Thanks for coming, joining me. Jeremiah, thanks for joining me. Rick, always good to see you. Lots of Nody, great to see you as well. So good to see everyone in chat. So the first one, RPO, it's the right decision. He gives. It's exactly what he should do. We're going to look at the all-22 angle. This is where, for me, it's just a little bit early. So the end, you can see quite clearly crashes. This is the read man, and that's basically what he's going to be doing is, read the end. And then make your decision based upon him committing. You see him quite clearly crash down. We're getting this jet motion out in front. We've got obviously a block in here. So this block coming in here, the back is going to be horizontal line of scrimmage. This becomes the really a decent block here, and this is actually making it a lot easier. It's enough, really. What you want to kind of see him now is start to press towards the line of scrimmage, not that one. Clear that one off. Want to see him start to press towards the line of scrimmage, but not too far because you don't want him getting downfield. And then make a decision. The halfback kind of facing the wrong way, making it a little bit more difficult for Caleb. But you can see, I think quite easily, he's got a lot of room to run here. That's quite a lot of, open space out in front. He makes the decision very early to kind of pass when we've got a defender quite clearly already over the top of this. For me, really, that's actually the better option. But he throws it. It's a decent decision. Put your halfback who's very quick, makes him miss. 9 yards on first down. You're not going to complain at that. So that's the first play. We'll put a marker on. So we'll add a marker. That's when the second play starts. Okay, so we've got gun again. Looks more sort of cover 60 type look. But you see the alignment slightly different. So although we are often looking at the quarterback, we're inside alignment this time. So you can see sort of going up along parallel. Inside alignment by the cornerback there, and up in press shade here. Quite clearly, it looks more sort of man to me because you've got the safety kind of looking over here. So I'm thinking probably one high. So this is the kind of information I'm trying to give you is context. What should Caleb be reading? Well, you've got you've got 3 receivers to this side of the field. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, this look is going to be some sort of motion. He's already looking across that way. Lots of RPO type looks from USC generally, but we'll see what we get. Again, it's another RPO kind of look. Again, you see the halfback sort of coming in here from this slot area. Tons of room here to work with. Obviously, a man up in press. You want to be making him turn his hips to the quarterback. So really, it must be outside release. You would think there. That's going to be the conflict defender, it's an early pass. And again, with them being so far off here, it's just a 3-step hitch. Ball's out nice and quickly. So we'll go back a little bit. So it's an easy decision to make because it's just like a 2-3-step hitch. You don't really need to put the ball in for the ball fake if you're going to make the decision to throw. And that's all it is. He's looking at the outside alignment. So inside alignment, he knows he's got man here, so he's not going to get help over the top. So it's a good decision to sort of, and again, this is what he does well in this RPO. It's a good decision. The option is give because the end again is crashing, but you've got another guy outside. So this is clearly the way they're going to run it. You're going to have an outside contain and an inside crash. That's the way that San Jose State decided to cover it. So far off, and he's obviously worried about speed here. It's an easy pitch catch, nice quick release, nice accurate throw, right on the body of the receiver, drops it. So, not a lot wrong there, Caleb. And that's a nice quick release. So, in terms of mechanics, his feet are square from the snap. Gets a good snap right into his body, holds the ball out there just to make sort of defenders crash. He's already made the decision before the halfback even gets there. And it's just, nice base. You see how he's got everything planted in the floor here. So looking at his base, I'll just see if I can zoom in a little bit. I do have a zoom tool, so it's this one. So it's the zoom tool. See if we can zoom in a little bit. So you're going to see his base. And we'll go frame by frame. See him just reset his feet. Toes are in the dirt. Plants that lead foot. It's slightly closed, if anything. You see his foot's kind of pointing this way, but the ball's going this way. So that's slightly closed, but it's not, not going to worry too much about that. Clear that off, the zoom. If I can't zoom back out. Ball goes away. And it's over there anyway. So what I'll need to do is just clear that off, go out of it and back in. So we'll just go back into the video and kind of go to the how far in 39 seconds. So we'll go straight to 39 seconds. So it's already got the play there, look. So go to that one. We'll do it manually if it's not going to do it. Let it run through again, just looking at what everyone's doing in the chat. Bear down. Cheers, everyone. Yes, Planky's here, so that's good to see. So good decision. Good base, feet are on the floor. Closes his foot slightly, but it's just a drop. Okay, so we're going to put another marker in so we know where the next play is. Again, kind of what are we seeing? Obviously, it's a different drive, I'm assuming, because that was third down. They probably punted. Again, we're getting sort of similar. We've got a halfback in this sort of slot where it's more of a wing position or move tight end traditionally. Tight end out there, receiver outside of him. So again, in terms of alignment, the alignment with the tight end being split so far out here is going to give you some pre-snap information. Again, it looks to me very much like we're going to get one high. We're getting someone out over the top. It could be possibly cover 2, but again, one up, one off. So that's cover 6 kind of look, but we'll see what we get as we get it rolling down. Again, that RPO kind of look, it's all the same stuff you can see. RPO look, motion across, little dig, blocker out in front. It's very much sort of similar kind of decisions. Okay, where's he going to go with the ball on this one? Again, for me, this is kind of set up because you've got a block here, you've got a block here. This to me is saying, at this point, give it to your man, let him go, see if he does. He's pausing, waiting, decides to cut upfield, runs it himself. So he can quite legitimately. There's no issue here with him making this defender commit to him and just pitching it outside because it's a lateral. The guy's behind you. You can literally still pitch this ball. He makes the defender miss, cuts up, 2 blockers out in front, steps out of bounds, gets almost a bit of a horse collar tackle. For me, I think, put it in the hands of your number one, the speedy halfback they got. That's a great block by the tight end there. Sit down, fella. Again, when you press up here, you've got the perfect thing. This guy's got to commit. He can't be in both places. So either you press up and he comes in to make your tackle and then you just lateral it to the guy that's off screen over here somewhere. He doesn't, and he's going lateral at this point just to try and outrun. So again, in the NFL, are you going to get away with this? Not so much. Those guys can probably run just as fast as you can. But again, we're not. He's making yards. That's what you want to see. You want to see him make yards. That's this is one of the better games. So we've got an A-gap pressure, A-gap bluff, linebacker down. You can see how wide they are here, and how spread out we are here. Again, we're about sort of trying to space to keep the box light. Now you can quite clearly see in terms of counting the numbers of the box. You've got a lot of bodies in here, one here. It's not conducive to running. They're showing A-gap pressure, so again, it's about deciding. The overload side is this side. So in terms of looking at that, the overload side is that side of the offensive line. So you're probably going to call your protection to the right if you get an option to do that. We'll see what it is. It's just no RPO look, straight pass set. So straight pass set. Okay, so what's he got? He's got a quick out. We've got this defender's already bailing. I mean, to me, this is short flat zone. That's the middle. This is on. And he's running. You just want to see him sit down there. And he is. He's kind of out and up from a tight end. Looks like we've got an inside dig here. So to be honest, I mean, this guy he's kind of on because defender there, no one here because he's going this way. So this is, you effectively treat that guy as clear because he's facing the wrong way. This guy quite clearly is covering deep. This guy's quite clearly covering deep. This guy is on. Does he take the decision? He's looking that way. Decides not to because he's got Bailing out there and the tight end's coming in. Again, middle of the field is going to be open. It's cover 2. So he could legitimately, pump, make this guy bite, throw it over the middle. Second window throw. So that was first window throw. Second window throw to this guy. Is he going to? No. Now we've got a pressure. Now we've got someone coming through. Okay, we've still got a load of space in here, so we could legitimately throw it inside. Anywhere, throw this ball inside here. And again, we've got a touchdown on to 19. 19 is going to be wide open about here. This guy's going to be open coming this way. Is he going to take any of these throws? He's going to bail out, try and superhero it further back. And we're now this is where the line of scrimmage is. And we're now deciding to throw the ball away, sort of 14, 15 yards back of the line of scrimmage. Single read decisions. I mean, there's an absolute ton of this in his tape. Hogue is so annoying the way that he critiques Fields as a passer, says Caleb is a way better passer. Well, he's not having to make a lot of, so far, I mean, we're only sort of 4 plays in, not having to make a difficult pass yet, to be honest. Hogue, to be honest, he also said Kellen Mond was a first-round quarterback. So, pinch of salt. At the end of the day, I'm not going to criticise him because I like Adam Hogue. He's just, I personally wouldn't take much advice on what makes a good quarterback. Here we're going to see sort of where the reads are going to come. So it's going to be difficult because you're going to get an inside leverage defender. But you can legitimately, this whole middle of the field is going to be wide open. You're going to have sort of an in from here. You're going to have an out and up from a tight end, which is going to then commute into a post. It's going to be that kind of route. First up, out, up, and in. So it's going to get first window, second window kind of thing. That's where we should be going with this ball. A-gap pressure. Centre bails that to way too early, leaving that on a halfback who tries to cut block him. That's awful, awful, awful stuff. Then we get a double on this guy while this guy's on the ground. By the time this guy's going to get up, you can see this defender's leveraged. I mean, this is, he's looking straight towards 18 at this point. We've already seen that look. He's got this open. That's middle of the field's wide open. He's got this all day. And he looks it off. I mean, this guy's stumbling. He looks it off looking left. Obviously, we've got a defender right underneath there, but there's nothing saying this guy's static. He doesn't see where the receiver is. You got room here to work all of this. You got this guy is going to be coming in around the back of there, the tight end. We're going to see him clear. The safety's over the top there. So, again, that one maybe now with the safety coming in, that one's not open, but this guy clearly is. So critique where it's due. Does Caleb have options? Yeah, he's got the first window that we've seen, and we've got the second window, a little bit less more debatable with the second window. But there's absolutely nothing at this point. So we'll go frame by frame. see he's starting to bow just a little bit early. Then he comes back. He could literally just flick it with his arm. Flick it right now, in there. Receiver's in for a touchdown. Doesn't bounce, goes backwards, and then stops going backwards, and then backpedals. Now he's got to throw it out of bounds. At the end of the day, it's a safe throw away. But, that's what we've got. So we put another marker on. Let's see what we've got next. Again, if we're saying just off of looks, middle of the field's going to be open. Again, in terms of leverage from the cornerbacks, they are slightly inward facing, but they're all facing in. This is clearly the way they're touched, inwards and facing in. You're looking at your pre-snap information. So you've got 3 to this side, 3 by 2, obviously wide side of the field with your 3. What do you have over the top? Well, you have, an in leverage with an outside over the top. So what you're going to get is like some sort of leverage-based coverage on these 2. One over the top there, one over the top there. This is far more likely to be man. This is far more likely to be, outside flat, over the top, anything that comes inside yours. So that's probably what it's going to be. So he's going to sit here. He's going to come here. That's deep. This guy's kind of looking in here. That's what we're likely to see on the coverage. It's empty, so no threat of the run other than quarterbacks. Let's see what we get. Again, looking very early, he's got bubble, he's got slant, kind of slant, and he's going to get, because again, this is the leverage defenders. This is the defender who's reading 1. That's the defender who's reading 2. It's a right side read, so it's half field read. You got the hitch here, and to me, you've got this guy going to be coming in here, middle of the field open. It's cover 2. He is open. He's seen it. You see he's seen it. So he has seen it this time, and we're going to get a touchdown, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, decent ball. Nice pace on that. That's a pretty good read. So again, placement on the ball is quite nice here. He's sort of throwing it. Ball's going to be going kind of there. Receiver's going to come in onto it. It's decent pace on it. Again, looking middle of the field. I mean, that's going to get called in the NFL. That's quite clearly. I'll move off field, flip-flopping, acting like they don't know. Yeah, all the critique I hear about Fields, I see in Caleb Williams. So, a lot of people might have the fastest release in the NFL. No, I don't agree. He's got a fast release. He does have a fast release when he decides to throw it. But part of a fast release is about making a decision quick and not moving on from it too early. That is a quick release. But what I don't like is you see his shoulders and his waist. There's a lot. This is going to put pressure on his shoulder when he's throwing the ball. And he doesn't get an awful lot of extension, because what you want to see is, I'm going to try and get it frame by frame with the arm. Actually, that's not too bad. He's coming from around the back of the head, which is going to make him prone to strip sacks. But what you want on the arm is almost like a straight arm, just as the ball's leaving your hand. And that's what creates your rotation. It's sort of a 3/4 slot. It's not too bad. And again, it is a bit wobbly, that ball. And that's because it's kind of shot putted there. There's not a lot of rotation there. That's all arm. So you see, it's a short throw. You can get away with this. This is kind of what it is. What I do like is you see all of his studs are in the floor. His knees are nice and bent. Just opens. And again, bad mechanic here. It's a short step, which makes his shoulder go up. And that means the ball could be dying a little bit short of where he wants it, because particularly his arm in it. But it's a short throw. It's kind of a little bit into the body. It's a little bit into the body, if anything, slightly more inside. So that there are benefits to it, and there are obviously issues with it as well. So who has a faster release? That's not the point of this video. So who has a faster release? It's not the point of this video. There are people who've got very quick releases in the NFL. At the end of the day, this is looking at what he does well, what he doesn't do well. That's a pretty good throw. It's a good decision as well. So we like that one. So context, 1st and 10 ball in 25, second quarter. Going to add the marker for the next play. So he's getting a high snap to deal with this time. Again, it's an RPO read. He's got blitz. So it's probably going to be a pull. Crash down. He pulls. He's got a blitzer. So he really is in a bit of a bind here. Makes the blitz a miss. That's pretty good. Okay, now you want to be looking for a throw or throw away. Again, that's going to be a block in the back, which is here. It's no good to you. I mean, he does beat him outside, so pretty good. Just get yourself out of bounds. I don't blame him for that decision. That's a bit of a nothing play, a bit of a bust, to be honest. Really is a mess up by a tight end, and it's really is a cluster, that play. Looked a little bit leggy when he's running there as well. But we'll call that a nothing. I mean, there's no point going back over that one. Size and play style is what worries me. The lineman in his face will be bigger and faster. The linebackers will be longer. He plays like the best kid during recess. Yeah, I've likened him again and again. It's not without reason. Kyler Murray, who's been in this exact same system and did it very well, very athletic, equally as athletic as Caleb, equally as good an arm, a good passer of the ball, Kyler Murray. But ultimately, I mean, it's somewhere between Kyler Murray and Johnny Manziel is my concern, particularly with some of the stuff that you see when things aren't going his way after the snap. So again, in terms of what are you getting in terms of coverage? They're in man, and you're getting a conflict down here. So if he reads this side, it's clearly one high, okay, and it's man here, and they're going to switch. So you're going to have that's a safety over a very, very, very fast running back there. And this is wide open. This is wide open. That's going there. At the end of the day, this is so much space here. The safety's over the top. This right now is wide open. Okay. And again, you see how small he's getting in the pocket when he's getting pressure. He's getting a blitz, so he's got to make a decision quick. He's getting 6 coming, and there is 6 in there to block it, but they're not getting it blocked, which and then running backwards, and this is grounding in the NFL. That's intentional grounding. But for me, one of the concerning things is I mean, this guy looks like he's coming straight away. This guy looks like he might be coming, and you see it there right now. He's got to catch the ball first. Let him catch the ball. He did look this way. You see him give a look. He should know he's coming. He should know he's coming now. So he knows he's got blitz. Okay, what's my answer? That for me is on. Why this would be, when you've got 3 here, I'm not sure why this would be your first read. But quite clearly, you can see that's where he's looking. And if you want to pass that, if you want to throw this, you can. I mean, look at the room he's got. If you want to put this low, if you want to put this ball low and in here, your receiver can get you a good 7-yard gain. But we don't. We wait. Oh, shit, panic. Bail back, intentional grounding. That's not great. And again, where are your clues? Inside, I mean, quite clear game. I mean, he's taking, that's a good stunt, actually, by the end. Linebacker blitzing around the back of it. And you see he's panicking now. You can see it, and he's bailing. Okay, throw it away. That's grounding in the NFL. Not great. They really caught him on that one. And I don't know if you're noticing this after the end. Okay, so he's kind of looking. And again, I don't want to make an overdeal, but the body language here is a little bit concerning because I'm not sure he's actually hurt there, but it's a little bit worrisome. Again, in terms of reading, this looks like a blitz all the way. So what you've got here is like, why am I saying this looks like a blitz straight away? Because you've got 2 here, you got 2 here. Okay, it looks like a 0. So your read wants to be sort of kind of fairly early is this side of the field because this is where it looks like the pressure is going to be coming from. cover zero, because that's what it looks like. They're zero. So this is going to be a quick answer, but they're going to rob it. This one really, because this is so close, short side of the field, I'm kind of pre-snap thinking, okay, I'm getting zero because of alignment, a zero look. Clearly, this side of the field is going to be cluttered. Look how much off space I've got here. That's going to be my quick answer if they're coming. And then, okay, it's just a quick hitch. Backbreaker. They do that a lot in the Rhino system. Go to short side of field, 3-by-1 set, have the guy run a slant. The issue is not the misread on the 3-wide receiver. It's not thrown to 15. Yeah, that's fair enough. And I think I just thought of his passing volumes. Going to have a decent amount of bad plays with how much they let him drop back in totality. There's a lot of extension of the run passing here. I don't accept this premise, David, just because it's the RPO. There's a lot of extension of run as passes, very quick one read decisions. So a lot of the passes are RPO. So there is volume, but it's not straight drop back volume, if you get me. So it's not like he's making more than one read. That's a bit of a backbreaker, but I mean, short side of the field as well, where the pressure was coming from. But I guess that's his hot read. Bad snap, corrals it well, gets his hands on the ball well, gets his feet in the ground, nice extension on the ball, nice pass, a little bit high, which is why his receiver gets smacked in the back. Painful, but 7 yards on first down, you'll accept that all day. Sorry, 4 yards on first down, looking at the marker. Does he struggle? Is that a question? Does he struggle coming off the first read on normal dropbacks? We haven't seen that many examples of regular dropbacks. I think we've seen 3. And the one, it was quite clearly first read he was going to go to because that was middle of the field open and it was a touchdown. The other one, it turned into a bit of a panic run and throwaway. I'm not going to make a decision on that based upon that it could be different. Getting so angry, Rattler and Kyler doing the same thing. They could never work out why they always read that side of the field first. It's just, you want to get reads off reads at the end of the day. You want to get looks off looks, and that's what they're kind of doing. Okay, so we're getting roll into one high, so it's a disguise coverage. It looks like cover 2 initially, or cover 4 potentially. Outside leverage, this sort of suggests zone to that side. This looks more sort of, man's that side. This is a straight drop back pass. He's got the halfback wheel on. This is on right now. Slant, really, but he's going to get him killed. Again, against cover 3, you want to clear the linebackers. This is a hole as well that you can pass to because you've got leverage over the top. So you've got like a high-low read. So here's the low man. Here's the high man. Underneath the safety over the top. This is on straight away. That's an easy option. He's kind of looking here. He's waiting. Okay. That's still definitely on. This is still definitely on. This, not so much. This is not on. It should be making a decision now. This guy's actually now coming off his route. He's saying, okay, well, I'm not going to get it first window. This is just a little bit too close. You kind of want to see him like a couple of yards deeper. He's just a little bit too close to where the linebackers are for this to be on. So it's that or that. Again, he's still not passing the ball. Still not passing the ball. Still not passing the ball. Now he's looking at the check down. Now he's stationary. And he throws it. Oh, Jesus. And the ball gets there. The guy's 6 yards off the line of scrimmage. I mean, the time that you need to make this decision on this, okay, when you see this safety roll down, you know he's going to be behind him. You've got one high safety, okay? You also know you've got sort of 6 across the middle with 2 high at the end of the day. You got 5 underneath defenders if you want, 3 rushing. So you're going to get a lot of people in coverage, and that's why this is, middle of the field is going to be closed. Whoops, Jesus, come back. Right, so when we want him to be making this decision, he's kind of right now. He's just literally put it out in front of him. Even now, throw it now. If you're going to throw it to him now, But he waits and he waits and he waits. So I don't know if you can see the timer on the screen here. I'm just going to put a box around it. You see this timer on the screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at from when the snap is in his hands. So when it's in his hands, we'll look at what the time is. Okay, ball's in his hands. So let's call that 3:02. Okay. Right, ball's leaving his hands. 3:02. So that's over 4.5 seconds to take a dump off. That's not great. That's not great. Yeah, he should be reading. I mean, I don't blame the read on that. The read should be this guy coming under. Like I say, the leverage was the underneath, the one high round the back. The guy wasn't deep enough that went there to really sort of create the gap between, unless you're going to sort of say, okay, flatten it off under the one high safety, and then you can kind of put the ball over there. But he doesn't. It takes way too long, and then takes the dump off behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, running back does very well to make him miss. Gets 2 yards, 1 yard. I mean, again, you can just sort of see he's got all data, but quite clearly we can see the depth that they're getting to there. That's not on. That is on. You can throw that. You can still throw that. This is not. This is the guy that. This is slightly not quite deep enough. And again, if he's quick, which he is, okay, throw it now. Throw it now. Throw it here. Throw it here. He doesn't. He sits, which is not really what you wanted to do. Now you've got it's a deep middle probably. If you put it so it's flat enough, you're making him bend his route off to come and catch it. The guy's behind him, he can do that, but he doesn't. It takes the check down after 4.5 seconds. Yeah, defender up and on him. I mean, we're barely making a yard. And again, if he throws that early, so it was 2nd and 6, and made 3 yards. So made 3 yards on that. When you high up in that sim skitting reads, it's his fourth option on the play. You'd love to see him under fan that they're only 3 rushing to skip that option quicker, but he's doing as he's coached. Do you have some inside information, Bailey, where you can say that's what he's coached? Because he should be getting to that decision. For me, it's very easy to discount some of those early decisions. So you go 1-2, that's bin that half. Okay, now we're looking at that leverage defender. Okay, he's not deep enough. Check down. And the check down, you know where it is. It's not like you have to kind of look and see where it is. You know where it is. I'm just not sure where you're getting it from. Lackadaisical drop back as Fields. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, he's got nothing to do there, has he? He's got a good pocket. He's only got 3 people rushing. Okay, you're getting a stunt here on the offensive line. They haven't handled that well so far. And again, this looks like a one-side read. Again, he's got a blitzer coming, so you got to be making a decision. Leverage tells you can kind of put the ball over here for this guy to come out and make. So put the ball on this hip low. You got a completion. We can literally discount, this side of the field. We can discount that side of the field. He's not even looking that side. He's looking left. He puts the ball inside. That's actually a decent throw. Gets a completion. We've got the first down. That's a good decision. I'm going to say that's a good decision. So again, catch is looking right first. No. So he knows he comes off that quickly. That's good. Comes off that quickly. And again, that is actually, okay, this, you might say this is like bad mechanics. That's not. That's actually good. You see how he's got his arm out. He's got his body out of the way. He's cleared his hips. His hips are square to the line of scrimmage where he's throwing. Shoulders. Look at that arm. Straight arm. Good rotation on the ball. Good placement down and low because he's going to get hit. Receiver does well. First down. So that's a good play. That's positive. What I like there is that the fact that he binned off that half of the field very quickly because that was the right thing to do. So this is again. So the tight end's going to come down and low, and he just takes his eye off the ball. He's trying to read it before he secured it. Now the ball's on the ground. Now we've picked it up. Now we've got this guy wide open. So he's got this on now. That's busted play, but he's got this guy wide open. Let's see if he takes it. And he does. And what a pass. You know, completely busted play. Completely busted play. But that is a hell of a throw. And it's a touchdown from a completely busted play. Again, so the bad side, the bad thing first is like, look where he's looking. He's not look. The ball's down low. It's not a really bad snap. It's not a great snap. It's sort of on his hip. Drops it. He's like, oh shit. Running back's in the way. Get out of the way. Pushes him out of the way. Running back says, okay, yeah, you pick it up. I'm going to go and hit somebody, which he does. Gets something on him. And then, like I say, he sees this very, very quickly once he's got the ball in his hands. Okay, so let's look. So all about the start of it's just absolutely awful. This guy's coming completely free. Defender leverage is underneath. Okay, he's looking right. And then you see now he's seen him. Now he's seen him. Now his eyes are on him. You know, okay, so 405.11. We're talking about a fast release. Okay, stops his feet to make the throw. And now he's got to just basically, this is all off the back foot. Look at that arm extension. That's really, really good. Yeah, he's having to wait and gather it, but he's got that much room. What a hero. What a hero this. Don't talk about using your body to help your mate out. It does that. What a great throw. So awful play, great throw. Fields doesn't throw that. We have seen Fields make throws. They got dropped. There was Wims in his first year, wasn't there? There's several throws he's made like that, but I disagree. He was coming open, Fields throw open. Yeah. Okay, so we okay, we disagreed with ourselves, but we've come back to it. That's fine, no problem. Okay, we'll do one more of this, and then I just want to show some of the Notre Dame stuff because, again, the coverage is a little bit better. So quite clearly one high. We've got empty again, so it's like it's all pass. Okay, so these guys are just trying to get these guys to sit. So it looks like middle of the field, which is not going to be open because it's cover one. So we should be making a decision. Outside hip here we could go. That's really all he's got on. Outside hip. So now he's backing up again, which I don't like. I don't like this. Backing up, he's got all day to throw. Again, they're only rushing 3. Now he's going to take off. Approaches the line of scrimmage. Now he's got this guy completely on. So as he presses up, and they're like, he's running. Now we've got the, is it McKissick? The halfback's completely open. Is he going to see him? No, throw away. So what I don't like, okay, so at this point here, as he breaks forward towards the line of scrimmage, well, in fact, it was before that, wasn't it? Right, so, right now, DB's in bail. We've got an inside defender here. We can put the ball right now outside hip. It's on. Okay, outside hip still on. Outside hip still on. Or you can even lollipop it, kind of over the top to here. Or we can put it down low here because at the end of the day, we're still making yards. But we don't. Wait. Okay, wait. Still waiting. This guy's now come off. Now we're pressing towards the line of scrimmage. We're still staying as a passer. It's wide open. We've still got this open, but we don't throw either. Now we throw it at the very, 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 very last second, and it's too low and the defender's made up ground. That's not a great decision. So we'll look at the backfield, see where he's looking and what he's. So we're not looking at the backfield, we're looking elsewhere. So he's reading left to start off with. He should really come off this side very, very quickly because it's not on, as we already saw. He's got that outside right, which is still on. Okay, still looking middle of the field. He hasn't come off the left half of the field yet. He still hasn't come off the left half of the field. Now he's looking right, presses towards the line of scrimmage, cuts back to the side. Now he's checking to see who's coming at him pursuit-wise. He's still got that throw open, but he's got also the halfback coming from here. He hasn't looked left again. I mean, you could even put it down here. It throws a dirt ball at the end of the day. Throwaway. So all of that becomes a throwaway. So that's one of his better games. We're going to look at Utah, which wasn't such a good game. Again, Utah. So what we see already straight away, okay, by Utah, is they lined up as two, like looking at cover four, like everyone else seems to show against USC early, looking like cover four. But you see how quickly they come off that, and then we roll deep and roll up. So now we got one high. And now the alignment's going to change slightly. So RPO, end does crash, he pulls. Okay, so we've got this throw on. That's actually on. This guy's coming to, play him. Okay, a little bit late on the decision to do that. Okay, cut back inside, go back outside. 4 yards on first down, you take it, I guess. Oh, Jesus, not helping myself here, am I? Okay, so this is that's not really helpful, but there we go. Yeah, 3 yards, 4 yards, you take it. Okay, so again, you see what Utah are doing? They're not showing him the coverage early. They know what they're doing. Okay, we've got much heavier kind of run set, and again, everything out of gun, which I personally hate everything out of gun, but that's just my little foibles. Again, this looks very much like it's just a pass, straight read. Throw it out there. This is actually a running back as number one. Beats his man, 3-4 yards. It's never really a give at all, this. It's just a straight pass. Again, decent enough, decent throw. It's, 30-yard pass. Again, this is not really NFL offense type stuff. 3rd and 4. Okay, so what are they showing us in 3rd and 4? You see how funky they're getting, what Utah are doing, why their defensive coordinator is good. So it overloads a line and then overloads the coverage. So overloaded coverage, overloaded line. He's making them, we're dictating. So we know we've got man here. We might have a half-field zone. We might have a combination of robbers or match coverage, or even possibly just straight cloud. So A-gap rough. So again, they're sort of showing pressure. The A-gap's coming. So they're rushing 4, but it's a different 4. We've got a bail here. So now we've got 3 on 2, and we've got 4 on 3 with pressure. So you can quite clearly see everything. This is what I hated about what Getsy liked to do so much. Everything's linear. Nothing's really coming across this. It's not helping Caleb out. Okay, so decision to make. That's the man beater. You see it's got like that hook clear there, but you see they're driving down over the top of it. They're playing very good disciplined defense. You've either got a shot against man here, which you can take, or you're going to have to sort of say, okay, cover 2, let's see if he clears over the top, which he doesn't. He's bailing. This is really the only thing that's on now, or that shot. So there you go. That's now the read there. Put the ball right there. So 2 is on. He's looking left. Now he's looking middle of the field. Linebacker. Okay, that's not on. This now he's leveraging towards this guy. So we've kind of, by looking here, we've now taken the defender this way because he knows where it's coming from. Again, they read where their threat's coming from. They play zone particularly well. Decent decision to not throw there. Okay, it's way too long. Now he takes off. And this is what he can do as a runner. He actually kind of runs into trouble initially there. And no one's going to buy the pump fake. but gets the first down. So again, yeah, that's where they're rushing for. Looking right, stays there a little bit too long. Looks left, comes off it too early. Now decision, okay, now taking 5-6 seconds in the pocket. Decision to run. Why he bends it this way, I don't know. Well, then he goes back the other way. Sandlot football. He's got a first down, so that's a positive. Again, you see how unbalanced what they're doing is on defense. So you got that kind of looks like man. That kind of looks like man. That kind of looks like man. That looks like bringing pressure. There's going to be some form of pressure here. How does he deal with pressure? He's got a slot. He's got a tight end wing. So you got 6. Run look. It's just that straight throw again. That RPA, which they don't have the numbers. Again, that's just all receiver. That's all receiver. Yeah, there is. So the comment says, "Damn, DB sat on it. I would suck as a keeper." Yeah, there is a little bit of that. Wide receivers aren't getting a lot of separation. Well, they're running the routes that they're asked to run at the end of the day. So this is kind of what their scheme is. This is just a straight pass all day. That's you're not going to see a lot of this in the NFL unless it's Getsy. Throw it 7 times against pressure in one half, gets QB killed. Again, you see Utah's like not showing the defense early. And this is, I think why he struggled a little bit. This straight RPO look, pulls. Okay, so the option is to throw to the under guy, which is here. I don't particularly like this because you're both going the same way. It doesn't make sense. This receiver's completely bailed it. You should not be throwing this now. You should be pressing. Throws it, and this hospital. That's a bad decision. That's a bad decision. So I actually believe, although the read is squat, you see he's sat, so this should be a give. It should be a give, and if he gives, decent, but it doesn't, just pulls it, throws it way too early, throws it, and then they're outnumbered. That's not a good decision. Don't like that. He does a ton of RPO as well, so he should do better on that. So college, do you think college football's caught up with Lincoln Riley? They look badly coached and guys aren't getting schemed open. I think he doesn't have a lot to adapt within his scheme. Again, so coverage sort of says one high, but again, if he's one high, normally it'd be middle of the field, but you see he's not. You see he's over here. So, are they going to blitz a corner? No, they're not. Okay, they're sending 4. You got a 4 under. So you get 4 under zone. Okay, there's only one threat. So let's see what I would want my guys to be bailing. This is open. You see, right here, you got one guy. That's open. He should be throwing this right now. Why is he not throwing it? So this is a right decision, but it's late. Okay, throw it right now. I mean, he's quite clearly seen it. Throw it right now. Okay, another 2 steps. Good throw. You see, I just want you to focus here a little bit. Okay, on the mechanics. Watch him sort of lean back. You see there? That's like, I'm trying to throw it deep. A long pass. He doesn't have a great arm. I mean, it's a good throw. It's a great throw. How many yards is that? So it's a 50-yard pass, 55-yard pass, something like that in the air, 55, 56 yards in the air. So we'll give him, that's a decent length of pass, but that was the way you sort of heave and then throw like that, that's getting towards the edge of your range. But if he throws that earlier, so my point is, okay, right now is where he should be throwing it. Just okay. It says take a 6 steps, so you got to take 6 steps. Well, do you, or can you plant your feet now, rip it, and you only have to throw the ball, 35 yards instead of 55 yards? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to put everything into it. Not a problem because it's a great pass at the end of the day. Good position. Why the receiver leaves his feet, I don't know, because he comes down 1 yard short. So again, kind of cluttering it with the RPO read. I mean, he's wide open. Why he's reading left there, I don't know. But anyway, takes another 2 steps. It's a good pass. Good ball. Nice catch. So, am I nitpicking a little bit? Well, those windows can close very, very quick. He likes to touch throw every ball. I think that's just towards the end of his range. I think sort of 55, 60 yards is probably max. So there's a lot of arc on that. Yeah, this is the point. All QBs need some coaching and development. That is exactly what it is. His arm talent is more from his different angles and flexibility. Absolutely. His ability to throw from different platforms is very good. What I don't like is necessarily the decision-making that goes along with that. Sometimes it's just a little bit low, late, or early, which is it's that lack of consistency worries me. There's also some things that you see on tape where it's post-play. So pull, again, that shouldn't be a pull. It should be a give. You read in the end, and he's quite clearly he's sat. You see he's sat. You should not be pulling this ball. That should be a give. Got himself into trouble. Okay, he's managed to beat him. Stops, makes him miss. Yeah, he's got a touchdown on if he wants to just lob the ball over the top there as well. He doesn't, takes the hit. So it should have been a give. He should have thrown it. Doesn't. Yeah, why is he making the decision to run it here? Is it because he wants a touchdown? He thinks he's got 83 beat. Fair play by 83. That's a good start for a big man. Cornerback's got him. I mean, 16's cursing him there. He's saying, why don't you just pass me the ball, Bo? Yeah, he didn't even look. That's kind of some of my issue with Caleb. He's like, people are saying generational. I don't see generational from an arm talent point of view. There were some great throws. Don't get me wrong. There were some great throws. There were some good decisions, but sometimes those decisions are a little bit later than they should be. Sometimes it's sandlot football, and it reminds me of Johnny Manziel, and it's disconcerting. One high. Okay, so outside leverage. So you see that's cover 3, which means you've got 3 under the sending 5. So you've got loads on here. So, that's on straight away. This is a dig. So this is on. That's on. Well, I think that's just a clear out. I mean, again, he's reading right here. And he takes it to 0. That's fair enough. See, the problem is most people are going to say, right, they'll pause it here, and why didn't he throw it to 24? It's like, well, actually, the ball's already here, so that's why he didn't throw it to 24. Yeah. So again, he's looking middle of the field. He's trying to hold something off, and he just takes the dump down. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with his eyes there. It doesn't make a lot of sense for the routes. Bingo Bailey. Yeah, okay. We'll do a couple more, then I'll have to jump off. It's getting late here. Okay, so one high. So, okay, what are we getting here? So, again, the alignment is head up over. So, we're getting man, one high. I'll make this the last play. Okay, he's looking immediately left, half field read. It's just literally, and then QB go. This is just a keeper. We'll do one more play after this. We'll just move past this one. It's a nothing play. My son just come in. So, we're into the next quarter. Again, alignment tells you one high man, or initially man could be match. Okay, so we're getting like a zone because you're getting outside bail. This is man inside. And that's the deep man. So this is actually on. This is on because that's man. See the leverage, and he's actually looking this way, so he should be seeing this. He's on right now. Decision to throw should be right now, and he's going to dig there. And it's just a swing with 79 out in front. That's okay, fine. That's sympathetic pass for the guy, and he drops it. Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll do one more. For me, that pass actually there, I'm not sure it's the design. I think it might just be literally a screen. I think it's just literally a screen there. It doesn't look. It's too far. It's a sympathetic pass. It's up, lollipop up and over. Fine. Why Zero leaves his feet there, I don't know. But that's why he drops the ball. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one. See if we can end on a decent play. Hi, Blake. I'm live, mate. Do you mind not whistling? Okay, so we're getting the game up front. They're rushing 4 with a stunt. 9 is on. You've got crosses, man beater, but it's zone. Zone under here, man on the outside. So either you're going to take man on the outside or, under over. You want to see what clears. He's taking man on the outside. So this is actually a good throw. So he's got an out. He's got all his field to work with. So he has a lot of room. This is actually helping the quarterback out. It's a more difficult throw because it's obviously wide side of field from the far hash. So you've got to have the arm strength, but it's an easy throw in terms of like where the leverage is. You're getting the out and you're going to be able to put the ball out. So it's an easy decision to make. And he never comes off this. This is one read. I don't like the pat of the ball. I do like the throw. Good pass. First down. So we leave it there. I'm going to leave it there in terms of the tape. What we'll do is we'll hide this now. We'll put my ugly mug up. So if you've got any questions, by all means, ask them now. I'm going to do some other breakdowns of the other quarterbacks, and we'll look at that. But for me, generational, I've watched sort of 7-8 games now, and there's some evidence of bad body language on the field when things aren't going his way. There's some slightly immature decision-making, trying to put it all on his shoulders when there are options in front of him. There are some otherworldly type throws and arm slots and angles. The talent is there without a doubt, but for me, there's also a lot to work on. As good as he is, and he's good, and but is he a cast iron, nailed on number 1 pick overall? For me, if someone wants to come up and give me 3 number 1 picks, and I can get a quarterback later in the draft that's going to be a good decision maker. I mean, Drake May is actually a much better decision maker and passer of the ball, just as a pure passer, than Caleb Williams is. Caleb Williams has great talent. It's going to be interesting to see what he measures at. It's going to be interesting to see what he runs a 40 at. My guess is, if I'm a betting man, he's not going to run a 40 because I think it would harm him. I think he won't lift. He might throw at the combine, but I don't think he's going to run a 40, and I don't think he's going to lift at the combine. That would be my guess. I think even Bryce Young's Scansfield, Bryce Young's just in a bad situation. It's not his talent as a quarterback. He's actually a good quarterback. The anticipation is what guys will point to, but it's a simple read. He has little choice to make. There's a ton of that in this offense where it's not even a read. It's just that's where you're going. There's also one read, and he sometimes gets those wrong, as we just saw with we've seen 2 RPOs where he's pulled the ball and he shouldn't be. Bryce's biggest attribute was his processing, and he's got a great ability again to adjust his arm angle. So I'll ask for any other questions, and then I'll end the stream at this point. So what did you make of the tape? We showed one of the games where he got good stats, with one of the games where he had poor stats, where the defense confused him. I think the biggest difference between the 2 teams is the sophistication in coverage. He's often thrown to a spot, not reading coverage with anticipation. If you throw into a spot, you kind of are reading coverage, but what do you mean by that, Bailey? Because I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, that one where we've just seen the out route that we throw, he knew he had the width of the field. He knew he had an isolated defender. He knew that he had inside leverage from the defender. and it was an easy decision to make to throw it there. So he's throwing to a spot. That's an anticipation throw. It is a first read, but it is an anticipation throw. So I don't have an issue necessarily with that. I do see sometimes where he just literally turns and lobs it, but I'm not sure if you're doing QBs when Justin came out. I'm new here. What kind of grade comparison to Justin when he came out? Justin Fields was doing otherworldly stuff at Ohio State. Everyone will say he's got great wide receivers. He didn't have a fantastic offensive line. He had some good offensive linemen, but he didn't have much of a run game to speak of. Justin Fields made some otherworldly throws and showed his toughness and his ability to run. Much less gimmicky offense, lower volume of passing compared to USC. But again, like I say, USC's pass game, a lot of it's an extension of a run where it's just an option. Yeah, if you're going to take Caleb Williams as number one overall, I think you have to sit him for at least a year behind Justin Fields, if I'm being honest, because I don't think he's ready to start year one unless he makes a lot of development and shows some maturity. I don't think he's a starter year one. What's my favourite Caleb trait? When he trusts what he sees and he makes a decision early and he throws it, he's got an ability to set his feet, plant them in the ground, which he can generate a lot of torque. He does over-rely on arm strength, just pure arm strength, rather than rotation at times. But there is a lot to like in his ability to throw quickly. If that's there, if that isn't there, then he doesn't throw guys open with anticipation. The routes, yeah, I get what you're saying based upon the two games that we've seen. There are games where he does throw anticipation, but with all hooks, where there's 5 receivers and it's all hooks, for example, where he throws the right one based upon the leverage. But it's about understanding the leverage of the defense. And Utah, Notre Dame ran more sophisticated coverages than he probably saw week on week, which is why he struggled with processing, which to me, I'm not sure if Utah, because I haven't watched a lot of Utah defense, I'm not sure if they came up with a scheme specifically to beat Caleb, but I'm saying probably not. It's probably their scheme, which to me suggests that there might be maybe not enough tape work going on. I have those slightly different when throwing with anticipation. That's fair enough. That's I think he throws with anticipation. There's a lot of 6-second throws there. I left the stream more scared of picking him number one. I don't think it's a case of scared of picking him number one. I think he definitely has talent. He's got a hell of a lot of arm talent. He has an ability to, run the offense he's in. I think the decision is made more difficult by the offense that USC ran. How is he going to be able to pick up a more sophisticated offense, which the West Coast offense is? Certainly he's going to be able to run all the RPO stuff. Is he going to always make the right decision? I don't know. Is he going to have to learn quickly? Is he as talented a runner and athlete as Justin Fields? No. Not even close to Justin Fields athletically. Arm talent isn't as good as Justin Fields. Accuracy possibly at times better, but at times worse. It's again, people talk about generational, and I'm thinking ready out of the box, the guy's going to be able to play year one, but I don't think he's a year one. I think you're doing him a disservice if you start him in year one. Especially when you're adding character concerns, which is huge. Well, he's a young man at the end of the day, but he does show some petulance on the field. There is, that he didn't want to do an interview after a game where it was a bad game for him in a critical situation. That shows a lack of accountability. If that's character concerns, I'm not sure what other character concerns we're talking about. He has 2.5 years of high-level quarterback play. Yeah, no doubt, but it is very scheme-based in college. It's not NFL offense. So success at a high level of quarterback play isn't necessarily great quarterback play. It's a scheme that works against the Big 12 and the Big 10 and the Pac-12. Not the Big 10, is it? What's Oklahoma in? Is it Big 12? I'm not sure. It's Oklahoma's that sort of Midwest, isn't it? Chemistry with teammates. laying on the ground acting like he's injured, selling it. There is a little bit of that. There's a little bit of histrionics as well when people drop the ball. There's also, he just looks completely deflated when things don't go his way. But not a lot of open wide receivers at USC. That offense was ugly to watch. It's better when the play broke down. There was also some very good games. We say not a lot of open wide receivers at USC. If you go and watch the bowl game, the freshman QB that was trusting the offense and just running the offense, not trying to hero ball everything, just taking what he had on, actually had a lot of success with those wide receivers. Rice Jr. is a very good wide receiver. There was also probably another round 2, round 3 wide receiver coming out of USC as well this year. So they do have 2 that are probably going to be playing in the NFL, I would have thought. If that's it, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. It is just two games, looking at context and flow of the game itself against the 2, one lesser defense, one better defense. So it shows it from that context. It isn't a full picture, so I encourage you to go and look at USC offense versus on YouTube. Look for the things that I've been kind of pointing out. Try and see what the coverage is pre-snap. Try and see what the coverage is post-snap. Go back, read the play once, twice, look at it, look at what the routes are, where he should be making decisions. And you'll see as well whether he's doing a half-field read or whether he's doing a full-field read. But that's it for me. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. With that, I will say thank you very much. And be kind to someone, do something nice, help people out. Be welcoming of neurodiversity if you can. I do appreciate you being here. Thanks. Put a like on it, subscribe, all the rest. Share the video if you thought it was useful and it might be useful to the Bears fans. Share it on your social media. By all means, and that's me saying, Billy Samo saying good night, bear down.